Good morning, good day. Heavenly Father, thank you for another day. Thank you for all of your blessings and all your provisions. Thank you for your goodness, your kindness, your grace, and your mercy. I ask for wisdom and discernment and good discipline as we go and execute some trades in the market today. In the name of Yeshua, amen. All right, we got a little bit of CAD news at 8:30, half an hour. And then there's a little bit of news on the dollar in 2 hours at 10 a.m. my time. Other than that, just some low impact stuff. Pakistan may announce today the resumption of negotiations between Iran and America. All right. Starting today out with $7.59. Seems pretty ridiculous to be even bothering with this account, but I said I was not going to give up on it, so here we go. So we've had this turn down on the daily. It's been a really slow grind down. And we can see we're just starting to create a 3-bar reversal right now as a potential turn to start heading back up. Just want to pull up. I'm going to get rid of a couple of these lines. And I just want to see approximately what this looks like. There we go. Turning right on the 38 level. It's a pretty good spot for it to turn on this run up over the daily. So we could see this, we could see it continue to bounce back down from here quite easily. Or we could see a break higher and start trying to go test these highs today. All right, let's go down to the hourly. Here's that slow grind down. And a very low low volatility type move down. It's really been really difficult for me to trade that, which is why I've taken so many losses. In the last few hours from the London session, we've got a good strong run right in here, which let's have a measure. This run is now 35 pips right on. So we should see more of a pullback. What did we pull back already? We've had a 6.5, 7 pip pullback. So I guess you can say it's pulled back. Let's actually put a fib on there. Just barely made it to the 23%, but I guess that counts. Oh, pardon me. Good morning, Larry. How's it going? Well, believe it or not, I put a few dollars into the account. It was down to $9,003 a couple days ago. I'm just waking up. I'm actually not too tired. I got a decent rest last night. So I put a few dollars into the account since the other day. Last night, I even put a pending order last night on. It triggered while I was sleeping, and it made a few bucks as well, or made maybe $1 last night. So it's going to be an insanely slow grind trying to make this account back, but I said I'm not going to give up on it, so we're going to try and just trade this tiny little account. I've worked it out to where I can place 2 micro lot trades during the session at any given time, or have 2 at risk and still have a 35 pip. Did you sign up in the prop? Okay, hey, so do we need to create a new account for the prop accounts? Because I was going to sign in, and I'm already signed into TOTS, Trader on the Street, but then it asks you to go sign up again in the prop account. Do we need to create a new account there? Did you already do that? A new one, okay. So it's separate from TOTS then? We've got our TOTS account, and then we've got our TOTS prop account, which are separate. All right, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to set that up, but last night I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to create a new TOTS account, so I didn't bother doing that just yet. I just wanted to clarify that we need to create a new TOTS prop account. That's fine. It'd be good to get that going. I actually was in the middle of buying a new FTMO account so that I could just start building a new FTMO account and then let this account sit for like only just trade it when like the best trades show up and then try and build it back. But I ended up buying the wrong account last night in FTMO. So I'm trying to get a refund back on that. But then at the same time, the TOTS prop accounts, I think you were saying that we can buy one, can we? Was that what they were saying last night? Todd was saying that, can we buy a prop account now? Yeah, I did that. Went down to go and set up the account. It's just weird because in this setup, it still just says TOTS, your trader on the street, and so it got me a little bit confused because I already have a trader on the street account. So I was like, it's asking me to create a trader on the street account, which is just a little bit weird. But I understand that that's probably just the way it's set up right now. Okay, well, I've got 2 micro lots to trade, so I gotta be super selective. So I think I'll probably wait for one. That's an aggressive looking move at the moment. But I think I want to wait for a deeper pullback on this move. If I miss it, I miss it. I've only got 2 trades, 2 micro lots to place. So I'm thinking I place one down in the 38 or the 50, somewhere down here for a long. And then if I need to, I can place another one down here and then try and wobble out of that somewhere down here. And then wobble back out of it. So we can get rid of the fibs. And then do this. So we'll place one here. The heck. One trade here. And then one trade somewhere down here. And then, so hopefully we can get a bounce up this way. And if it doesn't bounce there, we get a bounce from here back up to here somewhere. And we can get out at either break even or maybe a small profit on that second position. So that's it. Those 2 trades. It's going to be a surreal waiting game. But if we do that, and we can get up to $9, then I could open up the potential for using 3 micro lots. So we're just a couple dollars away from being able to use 3 micro lots. So I'm just kind of looking at it that way. Just slowly and persistent. It's gonna be a long, slow game, but it'll be good to get those TOTS accounts going you're going to go to Todd's class at the top of the hour to get more information on the prop accounts. It's a good idea. But did he say that we can buy an account though if we want? Like, do they have accounts that we can buy now? Also, I was thinking that if we're doing a wobble class here with two positions, it might help people to also understand how to wobble. Because I've only got two positions for the moment. But if we do that a few times, it will start to, well, also help me to get better at it. I think it would be a good opportunity to practice wobbling. That elusive wobble technique. Hey Larry, have you ever tried just wobbling with two positions before? I have done it before. It can actually be a really good way to make quick gains if you've got like more size in your account and you go for like heavier sizing on those two positions, and you can gain high probability on them, then you can actually do really well with it. And so I've done it before, and so I know that it is possible to bring this account back. It's just going to be super slow. Here comes the energy into the market. I'm going to start just getting ready to place some trades. Going to use no take profit. We got to squeeze every pip out of each trade that we can get. And go down to the 1 minute and see what's going on. Got this kind of a rounding top happening right now. It's actually a little bit better volatility over the past couple hours. And then I'm gonna just put my trade history back on, and there's the one trade from last night. Actually nailed it right on the money. See that? Right in there, I placed the stop order, a sell stop. Just nailed it right on the money, and then that was while sleeping. I made I think like, let's see how much I made there. 7 pips, 7.5 pips on that one. And I'm hoping that if we can get into like a strong running market, which I don't know if we're going to get today, but if we do, I want to show you a little trick that I use to, I get into one position and then I'll secure it with a stop loss so that it's at a break even or better, and then add into another position right in the same zone. So you've got one position that's at 0 risk, and then you can add another one that's at risk. So essentially you can get on 2 positions but only have one at risk. And that's a really good way to come back from a loss like this, is to be able to get multiple positions at 0 risk and add into a running move. So if you've got something that's really starting to run strong in one direction, you can keep adding positions and getting them to 0 risk. So we'll see if we can do some of that today. Hey Larry, do you know if you can have the same username and password as your TOTS account for your TOTS prop account? Can you just use the same username and password for that? Oh, sorry, I was on mute there for a sec. Larry, I was just saying, I was saying a couple of things. You did. So can we use the same username and password as our TOTS account for our TOTS prop account? Do you know, like, did you end up doing that, or did you use a different name for the TOTS prop accounts? Yes, you can. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. That is good to know. All right. Cool. Thanks for that. And then while I had myself muted, I was saying that I'm hoping that I can show you a little trick that I use when you've only got a couple positions to work with. You can, you get, so you find one position and you get into that one position at, hold on one sec. So I was just saying that there's a way that you can get into a position, and I'm going to draw it on here. So let's say you get in and you buy right in here on that dip. What you do is you then put your stop loss right in here. And then as this, well, or you wait for it to like just pop over these couple candles, and then you secure it. And then you immediately add another position right here. And so then you're in, actually you've got two positions on, but only one at risk. So that's what I'm hoping to do some of that today. And you can do that infinitely if the market is strong and running in one direction, especially if it's running in one direction. And it seems like as time goes on, we're kind of creating this bullish flag. And so I think if we get another dip down, I might just start buying it in here rather than waiting for it to come all the way down here. I'm going to just get rid of all this stuff again. And then we'll probably buy something down here if we can get one more dip down. Okay, so I think, and then if we get a position here and it just drops down, we'll just have to readjust and still place something down here and wobble out of it. We should be able to wobble out of it. If we can just get one little dip down to here. One more little push. Okay, we'll see if we get just a little bit further push down. So we'll take that right there because there's also this tiny little gap. This is a perfect spot to get into one. When the market does that gap like that, it very often fills it. So this is a good starting point for the first trade. guess it would have been better to wait for that later position, but did not know that. Seems like it still wanted to slow down here. Larry, do you know which trading platform you're going to use for the TOTS accounts? DX Trade, because that's what you're using right now, right? For a simulated account still? Well, it looks like we're starting to find that pivot. So maybe we're not too far off on that first trade. So we can start to see if we can break over these little highs, then we get the turn on the 1 minute chart. Well, I think at this rate, if we can just get the one trade in favor, that might just be it for today. If we can get the one trade, or if we've got to drop all the way down and get into that second wobble trade, which could be an hour or two also. So this could take a couple hours to come to fruition. Hey, also, Larry, does that sound like, is my YouTube video more quiet for you? Like, I know Vin keeps saying that he's having volume issues. Do you find that there's any volume problem on your end? Is my videos more quiet than other YouTube videos? All right, we're just coming into that turning point now. See if we can get the turn. Get that trade back in favor. Alright, we got a bar that's closed above the turn, so we technically got a turn now in favor. Well, that was a quick turn back down. That would be just a really good spot for the first entry if we waited, but it was starting to seem like that was a good spot for a turn. Well, this is a really slow start again today. Just a couple minutes from the top of the hour. We're not moving a whole lot. We are creating the turn now on the 1 minute chart, which is good. Right in here, we've got the turn here, and we're holding with a candle above that, so see if we can come back up this way. But then now we also have this little trend that's coming in here that we've got to break. Okay, so something to take note of is as this market is traveling up, we have now moved up 8 pips. So we've traveled a full price cycle at the moment to get to where we are. So one of the better things to do would be to just take our profit if we get any, and then wait for a pullback again to enter back in. So if it pops up at all, I'm just going to take whatever we get, because it's really at a good spot for it to pivot back down. Okay, so just watch these candles. I'm going to zoom in here. And we're not going to take a loss on this trade now. We're going to just put this right up here. So this is secured. If it pops back down, we'll just get out of the trade real quick and then we'll relocate. Looks like we're about to stop out. Stopped out for a break even or a tiny little trade, but profit. Okay, I mean, that's expected. So we'll wait for it to pull back. Maybe, something like what we did over here. So if we can pull back something like this. Oh man. Oh, for a guy that places like 100 trades a day, this is unbelievably slow. Testing my patience and my discipline. That's good though, right? You test those things and get stronger. Okay, I'm going to be ready on the trigger in case it pops down. Any pop down, I want to get back into the buy. Okay, I'm just getting ready on the trigger. See if we can get a little bit more push down. I also want to be in this buy, so if I can just get a little pop down, it'll be good. Okay, I'm just going to take it here. An email will come out to us on our funded account and how to log in. Cannot download a platform yet. Cool. So we'll go over that Monday. Okay, nice. That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Larry. Hey, Larry, can you hear me now? I'm just checking my mics here for a sec. Okay, thanks. Okay, that's great. It seems like we've got some energy coming into the market. One furious little candle there for a second. It is so hard to sit here and not do anything. Obviously a weakness of mine. An hour and 15 minutes, and we have taken one trade and gotten 2 cents, I think, in profit. Yeah, if we can get this trade running in favor, I'm just going to call it because I need to go do something else. I'll still trade my 2 positions, but I cannot just sit here and do nothing. Just got an email that came in telling me that my FTMO account was refunded. So probably gonna buy another account, but I'm just wondering if I just wait now for the TOTS accounts to come through. Probably don't have it in me to wait. It's not one of my specialties, so probably will get another FTMO account. Another one won't hurt anyway, to just start building it up. So if we had waited to the initial entry that I wanted, we could have had profits once and then could have been entering in it again for the second time. So we're starting to get a break to the downside and have to be patient again still to get into that second trade because we're going to need to get it way lower in order to make one good wobble trade. So if it shoots down a whole bunch, we can maybe buy it up, but otherwise we're still going to take some time to get where we need it to go. Also, I did just buy another FTMO account, so we could also just start into that one. I'm going to get that one set up actually right now. Okay, so I'm just going to add a stop order, or sorry, a limit order in this account right in here. Buy limit. Then if that one triggers, it can we can potentially wobble out of this trade, but I'm not going to sit here and watch this thing. So we're going to place this trade, then we're going to go and open up the new FTMO account. So we'll have to just monitor this and then potentially wobble out of this. We'll see what happens next, or maybe this just goes up from here. But that's it for that account for today. Okay, so we're gonna log out of this account and let that one do its thing. And log into, oh wait a sec, can I just open another? Can I have the same, I'm gonna see if I can open up another FTMO program and leave both running. I'm not sure if I can do that or not. Okay, I don't know if I can have another FTMO window open. I feel like you can. I feel like I've done it before. Okay, I'm just trying to look up. There is a way to do it. I gotta copy and paste MT5 folder in a different place, and then I can open it up again. So I'm just gonna try and figure out how to do that.